You're welcome to Top 10 Quotes and Commentaries with Michael Ogunchola, the Peak Performance Coach. Today's peak performer is Dr. Sam Adeyemi. This is my take on his top 10 quotes for success. For some of us that don't know Dr. Sam Adeyemi, you might be wondering, who is Dr. Sam Adeyemi? Dr. Sam Adeyemi is a leadership consultant, is a thought leader, and the senior pastor of the Daystar Christian Center. His mandate is to raise role model in the society. He is the multiple best-selling author of books such as The Parable of Dollars, Ideas Rule the World, The Second Revolution, but to mention a few. He is also the presenter of Success Power, a program that became a springboard for national and international relevance. He is our peak performer of the day, and here is my take on his top 10 quotes for success. A poor man isn't one without money, but one who cannot add value to others. This is a game changer in terms of mindset. How many of us have thought that poor people are people that cannot afford to buy things that they need? That person that you consider poor, indeed, he lacks finance, but he might not be poor, because if he has ideas, he is not poor. If he can add value to somebody, he is not poor. However, when you look at it from a bigger picture, you will see that somebody is poor to the level to which he adds value to people. The billionaire is a billionaire because he is adding value to a billion lives. I like to give this analogy. Many people say, I want to be like Dangote. There are even songs that says Dangote talks about Dangote. You cannot be like Dangote if you are not giving us pastries, if you are not giving us sugar, if you are not giving us cement. Dangote is creating products and services that is adding value to our life, and that is why he is a billionaire. The poor man is looking for who to cheat, who to take from, who to scam, and all of this is not adding value, and that is why he remains poor. With great vision, leaders recognize future leaders in their followers. Powerful from Dr. Sam. Now, listen to this. Are you the kind of person that see people for who they are or who they can be? This is a paradigm shift, because we live on a continent that looks at people based on the wealth they possess, what they can offer them, and the influence and whatever they think that person have. They look at it and they want to relate with that person based on what can I gain from this person. But if you are a leader, you will not look at people from that angle. When you see young people, for instance, young people are the greatest people you need to respect and appreciate, because young people are becoming somebody. That's not to say you should despise the older generation, but this quote is just telling us that true leaders look at their followers and they use the eye of vision to see them for who they can become. And so if you have a child that is misbehaving, don't see him as that stubborn child that is given to juvenile misbehavior and all of that, but see him as a child with potential, a child that is restless because of too much energy. The question you should ask yourself is, how can you rechannel this boy's energy so that he will not be given to social vices? And as a leader, and as a father, and as a mother, you are a leader. Don't see your children for who they are now, but see them for who they can be and invest in them. Unleashing the potential of followers, especially those that seem less ideal, is the miracle of leadership. In other words, leadership is a call to serve. Leadership is a call to take people from level 1 to level 5. If you tell me you are a leader and your followers are at the level they were when they met you, or they are even worse off, I can only imagine the kind of leader that you are. Because leadership is not a position, leadership is a function, leadership is a duty. Listen to this, leadership is a responsibility. And so, based on that quote, Dr. Sam says, unleashing the potential of followers, especially those that seem less ideal, is the miracle of leadership. That's what we really need on our continent. That's what we need in our nation. We need leadership. We don't need rulers. We don't need people that will divide us. We need people that will unite us. Because leaders, they see the potential in their followers, they help the followers to develop themselves. And that's why investing in human capacity, any government that invests in human capacity, for me, is the best government. And any government that takes people for granted, that trivializes human life, and people die and nobody bothers or nobody cares, for me, is the worst form of government you can have. So leaders unleash the potential of their followers. You only attract the material equivalent of your thoughts. Think like God, he says. You know, many people like to say that I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to live in my own house, I want to live in a decent apartment, I want to buy clothing, I want to buy a car. I just think about any material possession you want to have. This quote is telling us that you will not have this material possession until you think in a particular way. Because show me your mind and I will show you your life. Every reflection that you see outside is a reflection that is first received inside. Because the principle is, as you think in your heart, so you are. In fact, that principle, having superior understanding, listen to this, that principle is simply saying, as you are thinking, you are becoming. As you are thinking, you are becoming. If you think you are weak, you are weak. If you think you are rich, you are rich. It's a matter of time. Some people, if you believe you are rich and you walk towards being wealthy, honestly, you will be wealthy. It might take time, and that is the problem. You see, the difference between here and there is T, and the letter T stands for time. In the fullness of time, if you are consistent, if you are tenacious, if you persist, your story will change. You will experience what we call transformation, because you will always attract the material equivalent of your thoughts. If you are living in a place that is not palatable right now, think above that space and ask yourself, what can I do to add value to people so that I will have the money that will help me to rent a better apartment? Now, when you earn better income, you rent a better apartment. When you are in that better apartment, again, think of another way to add more value, to make more money. Now you can buy your own property. And so when your value increases, your money increases. But it first started from your thoughts. As you think, so you are. In fact, as you are thinking, you are becoming. So watch that thought. When you are secure, you are able to develop people to their highest potential. This is a quote that is talking about psychology. I need to break it down. Insecure people intimidate and oppress people around them. Insecure people curse and abuse. Insecure people talk down their followers. But when you see a secure leader, he looks at people with potential and he helps them harness their potential. The secure leader is not scared that somebody that is developing will come and take his place. In fact, what is the definition of success if not somebody that raises up a successor? Think about it. You cannot be adjudged successful until you have raised somebody that can succeed you. And this is the dimension that Nigerians need to hear. I know as I'm talking, somebody is saying, oh, please let our politicians come and hear this man. No, it is not about our politician. You must apply it to the micro level of your life. You as an individual, are you developing other people? Are you blessing and impacting other people? That's the question. You see, this top 10 quotes for success is not an attempt to poke and to anybody, because like Michael Jackson said, it begins with the man in the mirror. So it is a call to you, for you to begin to think about your life and where you are going to with your life. It's not a call to anybody. It's not a kind of talk that is pointing fingers to some people, because when you point one finger to other people, 4 is pointing back to you. So take it as a personal word of encouragement and as a food for thought for you and not for another person. And so, what is the quote again? When you are secure, you are able to develop people to their highest potential. You will never find the definition of success until you help other people succeed. Many of us in Africa and in Nigeria, we want to succeed, but we want individual success. Individual success is collective failure, and collective success is massive success. I need to take that again. Individual success is collective failure, but collective success is massive success. What is the value of one billionaire in the midst of poor 100 million people? It has no value, because now that you are a billionaire and you have built a very tall building, the people around you that are poor, they are going to pull down that building. They will rob you, they will kidnap your child, they will steal, they will do everything possible to get from you, because you are successful, but they are not. So, what is the quote? You will never find the definition of success until you help other people succeed. You can't achieve anything significant if you don't cooperate with other people. How powerful, how true, how true. Many of us lack the ability to be part of a team. Life is a teamwork. I am speaking. I have my sound engineer editing. I have somebody else doing the lights, doing the camera. It's a combination of everybody doing their responsibility that will make the output of this production to come out great. So, what is the quote again? You can't achieve anything significant if you don't cooperate with other people. So think about this. Ask yourself, am I an effective team player, or everybody is complaining about me? If everybody is complaining about you and you think people are the problem, you really need to check yourself. Treat other people and yourself as you will treat God. You can't love and fail. Many people want to see God. Many people want to go to heaven. But do you know you just saw God and you just insulted God? Do you know you just saw God and you just slapped God? Do you know you just saw God and you just abused God, both physically, verbally, and sexually? The God I'm talking about is the God in that person that is seated next to you, that you are looking at. Because we are created in the image of God. So love people, treat people well, be kind, be nice. Where will the meanness take you to? Tell somebody, be kind. Tell somebody we are one, we are not divided. For united we stand, and divided we fall. Information forms human spirit and soul the way food forms the body. I know by now many people will be wondering, what am I saying? They want to go to the next video, they want to go to the next audio, they want to go to the next. They don't take time to digest anything. Information will lead to transformation. Information, people perish for lack of knowledge. There is a popular saying on our continent and in Nigeria that if you want to hide a secret from an African man, put it in a book. The food for the soul is information. Ask yourself, when was the last time I read a book? When was the last time I sat and listened to something positive? If you have not done it in a long time, you have starved your spirit. Think about it. How many days can you go without food? But have you ever wondered, why am I at this level? Or why is my life the way it is? No need to wonder, because the answer is you have been starving your spirit and your soul. Information is the food. And that's why most of this record I create, most of this content I create, they are literally food for thought. It's not the absence of money that makes someone poor, but the absence of ideas. Think about this. Ideas rule the world. You can never be poor if you have an idea. Everything that you are looking at around you in your house is started as an idea. Is it the building? Is it the sound system? Is it the public address system? Is it the car? Is it the aeroplane? Ideas rule the world. It is called brainchild. People have brainchild. Some people want to have children from their body, but people are having children from their mind. You will never be poor until when you lack ideas. But as long as you have ideas, you are rich. I'll leave you with our peak performance quote. Remember, what has happened in the past is behind you. What will happen in the future depends on the decision you make now. Why not commit to peak performance today? Thank you for being a part of this broadcast. I remain Michael Ogunchola, the Peak Performance Coach. You can connect with me on Facebook. You can connect with me on Instagram. You can connect with me on different social media platforms. You can send me a mail at peakperformance1995@gmail.com. Again, peakperformance1995@gmail.com. Better still, search for the keyword Michael Ogunchola or search for Peak Performance now. Send a request to me. Send a request to add you to my group, and I'll add you to our community. It's the community of Peak Performance. Many thanks for being a part of this broadcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this message with somebody. Till I come your way next time, I remain Michael Ogunchola, the Peak Performance Coach, saying, Peak Performance, it is possible.